I just want to continue and complete my thought. And again, as I was reading the last, 6 or 7 pages, a light bulb went off. And that light bulb told me or informed me that hello, that's something that's prevalent in your family. Let's scope the book and find exactly some of the things that I'm in reference to. First of all, being that I am a product of a family, particularly on my maternal side, that went through Jim Crow. And so they had the mindset that the lighter you are, the better, which today is considered colorism. As I was growing up, I remember the term being used was color struck. The next thought that hit me is it says, if a U.S. Marine or U.S. soldier is required to be treated for post-traumatic stress disorder after only 6 to 9 months in hostile war conditions, how much treatment would a group of people who have experienced centuries of trauma and hostility need to be effectively engage the real issues created by that trauma? My childhood and most of my life has been filled with trauma, but that trauma started in the womb. Whatever traumatic experiences that my mother experienced, she passed those emotions on to me, and they manifested themselves in the form of wanting to be accepted, wanting to be loved, just the traumas that I guess she suffered as a child. These same traumas manifested themselves in different ways in my life as well. One very good example is having an inferiority complex. I think she felt inferior probably throughout her life, and I think a part of that, it came out against me. Self-hatred is another one. I think that's why she despised me so much, because I looked like her, but I wasn't her. But she maybe subconsciously felt that it was okay to inflict the pain that she may have been in upon me. As it also states, simply because you call a young black male a prince or a young black female a princess, especially when they are constantly surrounded by images of inferiority, does not take away from or eliminate the trauma that has been suffered. Let's see what else here. Let's see, what else? It says cognitive distortions that negatively impact the social mobility and functionality of African Americans in key areas such as economic unity, education, family structure. Family structure hits home for me. It says through establishing the direct connection between thoughts and behavioral patterns in humans, the behavior of African Americans that can be attributed to its lack of collective mobility and basic functionality were assessed to determine their source. Well, just reading that, what stood out to me is in my family structure, the thought of my mother, her thought process was not for the common good of her whole family. Anything that she did was for herself or for her oldest son, which was from her first marriage. She did not, she went to school and became a nurse for the purpose of taking care of herself and her firstborn. My father, whom she was her second husband, she did not contribute to the family finances or even to the household. I can remember that he used to cook dinner. He used to cook all the time, as a matter of fact. She was always gone. I can remember wanting to go with her just to be with her. Of course, I wasn't seen, but that's okay. I am slowly but surely moving past all of the dysfunction and trauma that I experienced as a child. So I really just wanted to point out some things that stood out to me that affect me personally. And when you're reading something such as a psychology book or a book based on psychology, based on research, oftentimes if you're paying attention, you can find yourself in what has been written. And I seem to be able to find things in each reading that I do. I seem to find something that hits home for me, something that speaks to my family and my situation, and that I can explore and bring to the surface, and then find solutions, find a different path. So, as I stated earlier, I just really wanted to come back and finish my thoughts on the portion that I just read today. And hopefully someone else has listened and maybe found something that hit home for them within what was read today. I will do a recording on my thoughts when it comes to certain behaviors of certain celebrities. The African American community or the Black community, the American descendants of slaves, whatever you consider yourself to be, I think we're waking up to the misguided thoughts of celebrities, because basically they're either doing it for publicity or doing it for money, and a lot of times it is not their thoughts, it's not how they feel, but if they don't do it, then they're threatened, their careers are threatened. And so again, I will in the near future, come on and speak on a couple of topics in regards to individuals such as Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry and others that have made statements or do things or operate against the majority. They're known for misleading and misleading our communities, misleading our children, and profiting off of that. And that does not help our communities. What it does is it's a detriment to them. It has a negative impact. And so in the near future, I will be coming back to speak on that as well, along with continuing to read Born in Captivity as I heal on a daily basis. It has been interesting, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks. Have a wonderful, great, peaceful, restful night. Good night.